Hello everyone, my name is Jack. I work for OxygenHealthSystems, and today I'm going to be going over the operational video for the Vertical Mini Ultra with the external frame. This chamber you can purchase in 3 different pressure settings, 1.3, 1.4, and 1.5. This one, if you want to locate what your pressure setting is, you can find the serial number, production date, and the rated pressure setting on that little tag underneath this outside cover. To go over the actual operation, you will need to understand the actual mechanisms and how it works. So currently this configuration, we do not have it set up with AC. There will be a separate video on how to set up AC with your soft chambers. But this one we just have with a dehumidifier. So it will have 4 main components. You will have the chamber itself, you will have the oxygen concentrator, you will have the compressor, and then you will have the dehumidifier. How I have it set up, I have the compressor routed through the dehumidifier. So whenever you turn this on, it sends the air into the dehumidifier into this one. And then the dry air coming from the dehumidifier is routed into this port with the black base on the chamber. The oxygen concentrator with the blue tube will be connected to the same port, just with a blue base on it. The other 2 ports right here will be just blank ports, nothing plugged into them. These are just plugs so that it doesn't let air out of the chamber. If you come around the back side with me, these 3 ports up here will be for the air conditioning. If you do opt into that upgrade, you will have the pressure release valves. There will be 2 of them on the back. And then there will also be another blank port if you decide to get a grounding mat or an ionizer or whatnot. You can configure it to be set up there. And then on this side, you will have the external pressure gauge. So if you are outside of the chamber monitoring someone inside it, you can see what pressure they are at. This will be the pressure release valve. So whenever it comes time to decompress the chamber, you can open this valve. I don't recommend going all the way, but I will get into that in a bit when I'm inside the chamber. And then the emergency release valve, in the off chance that those pressure release valves are located on the back of the chamber, the 2 of them, are not operating correctly. This is the safety mechanism to ensure that the chamber does not overinflate. All right, now I am inside the chamber to go over the internal workings of the chamber and show you how to operate it from the inside. I have it zipped up and everything just for ease of access, but I will show you guys how to zip it up afterwards. On the left hand side here, you will have your internal pressure gauge, so whoever is operating the chamber from the inside can see what pressure they're at, just like that blue one on the outside of the chamber. If someone is on the outside, that's pressure release valve that I mentioned before, this cogwheel looking thing. There is one of these on the inside as well, so you can control it from either side. And then this bright red emergency release valve down at the bottom, there is a little button on it you can push. I don't have the chamber pressurized right now, so it's got a lot of give to it, but if you are in a situation where you need to get out of the chamber as quick as possible, you can open this valve and hold in on this button and it will release air much quicker. Over on the right side here, you will have this 90-degree elbow with this condensation cup down here. That is where the air that pressurizes the chamber flows through, on the off chance that it is not catching all of the humidity through the dehumidifier. If the dehumidifier out there is not doing its job properly, this cup will catch any extra condensation coming into the chamber, and then the air that pressurizes the chamber will come out through this filter here. And then the blue oxygen tubing will be connected to the one directly underneath it on this chamber. And so on the inside, there will be this little white bent elbow, this quick connect, and that is for you to get that real quick. It's hard to do with one hand. Connect the oxygen mask or nasal cannula, so you will have direct flow of oxygen into your body rather than pressurizing the chamber with oxygen. As far as power supply configuration, it is fairly simple. We have the dehumidifier and the oxygen concentrator will just be plugged in directly to the outlet. Before you get in the chamber, I recommend turning those on manually. And then for the actual compressor, with the chamber, there will be a complimentary package that is sent. and it will have one of these. It is a wireless remote control outlet shown by the controller here. So I have the power cord plugged into the outlet, which is connected to the outlet. So whenever I want to turn it on, you can just press the button, and then when you want to turn it off, you can press the button. By doing that, you can just leave this power as on all the time, because if you have it off and you turn the outlet on, the compressor will not start. So if you keep that on all the time, you can control the compressor from the inside much easier, making your compression and decompression a significantly smoother process. So now I will get in the chamber and walk you through the actual operation while doing a dive. So to start, before I get in the chamber, I have the dehumidifier is already on with this green switch. The oxygen concentrator, I will turn this on. And then when it comes to the oxygen flow, I highly recommend keeping the floating ball within like 7 or 8. That is kind of the ideal operating range. If you go up to 10 or above, you will start losing actual oxygen concentration. It will drop to about 70% as opposed to 95%, especially when it's fighting against the backflow while the chamber is pressurized. It'll end up working a little too hard. You might burn out the motor, and of course you're gonna lose oxygen percentage. So to get in the chamber, remember I still have the compressor off. I have not turned that on with the remote yet. I'll go over how to zip up the chamber. I'll start from the outside, and then I'll also show you how to zip it up from the inside. But if you are putting someone in the chamber and then you're going to zip it up yourself from the outside, here's how you would do it. Now I'm going to show you the actual operational video from the inside. All right, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the video on how to zip up the zippers from the outside. Now that that is done, I will be showing you how to zip the chamber up from the inside. It might be a little bit less space because the flaps are going to be wanting to come in on you, so I actually have my coworker Matt holding it in there, or open there for me, so that I can actually have some room to record this video. But it is able to do on your own without someone holding it. What you will want to do, just like the video before, just recording. So what you will do from there, you'll just grab the zipper on the outermost, and then you will zip that up. I'll see if I can get quality. And there will be 2 zippers on either side of it, so you can grab from the inside and zip it all the way. I'm trying to do the best camera work I can here, sorry about that. And so I have that zipper all the way closed. There's no gap between the end of the zipper and the zipper itself. And then from there, you will want to position this rubber flap in between those 2 zippers. I'll try and... Okay, so now that I have that flap positioned in between the 2 zippers, all you have to do is grab this innermost zipper and zip it all the way. All right, so now that we have the zipper fully zipped, we can go ahead and start the chamber. I prefer to put the nasal cannula on before I start pressurizing, just to start getting the oxygen flowing through my body. So now would be the time to do that. And then to start pressurizing the chamber with this wireless remote, all you gotta do is click this button. You will hear the air begin to flow through this condensation cup here. If you feel around this filter, you can feel the air coming out. But I will cut the video and jump to when the chamber is fully pressurized, and I will let you know about how long it took to pressurize. All right, welcome back. For you, it's probably been an instant, but for me, it was about 8 minutes for me to get to 1.5 APA or 50-ish kPa. So now that I am at pressure, it takes about 8 minutes to pressurize, and for the sake of this video, I will begin depressurizing, but most commonly people will stay in here for about an hour to hour and a half. This chamber in specific, I do like the Vertical Mini Ultra with the external frame because there is a lot of room in here after the chamber is pressurized. I don't feel claustrophobic at all, and there is room for a recliner in here, which is what I am sitting on. I'm a big fan of comfortable seating, especially if I'm going to be in here for at least an hour. So I like this chamber personally. When it comes to our soft chambers, this is probably the one that I would actually choose over the others. But now that I am done pressurizing, I have the time to pressurize, I can go ahead and turn it off now and begin depressurizing. So to depressurize the chamber, all you do is simply turn this off button on since you have that remote control outlet. And you can hear that the air has stopped flowing into the chamber, so the compressor is no longer compressing the chamber. You will see the pressure will begin to very, very slowly drop. It does have some automatic depressurization aspect built into it, but it is nothing too fast. So to pressurize the chamber itself, I usually turn this about a quarter turn, and then it will begin releasing pressure at a steady rate. Now, in the case that you need to get out very fast, you can turn this all the way and you can press this button. It is very easy to press actually while the chamber is pressurized, but there is an ability to be able to get out in about a minute. So as the chamber was pressurizing, of course my ears were popping. I said pop my ears every once in a while. As the chamber is depressurizing, same sort of thing. I am popping my ears probably every 5-ish seconds. Just like you're on a plane, you know. But all you do is just wait for this to drop down to 0 on the dial, and then you can unzip the chamber and get out. Alright, so now that the pressure reading is at 0, I can go ahead and unzip the chamber. Easy enough, just unzip. And then you will have to reach in, separate this flap from the rubber, and then find that zipper. Very easy. And then you can get out of the chamber.